Welcome to Views from the Pews, a conversation at the Church of the Presentation here in Upper Saddle River, New Jersey. I'm your host, Rich Lamb. So, church buildings are made of bricks and mortar, of stone, wood, and lots of stained glass. But the church, really, is its people. And today we are privileged to welcome the Romanzo family, Cindy and Greg, as well as Ella, Samantha, and William. Who wants to tell us a little bit about the Romanzo family? I happen to know that Ella, Samantha, and William share a very special bond. And what is that?
We're triplets and we're almost 12 years old.
Wow. And you guys get along. You like each other, right? All the time?
Most of the time.
Yeah? Most of the time, right? Okay. Now let me just ask you guys, Greg and Cindy, so having three children arrive all at once, it must have been both a mind-blowing joy, but also certainly presented a daunting challenge. Did you lean into your faith? Did you lean into the parish?
Well,
What was it like, first of all?
it was a lot of hours in the cry room in the back of the church.
That's for sure.
Yeah, we relied on our family, we relied on our friends, on the familiar faces of presentation to get us through some tough moments and some great moments as well. And they were there to share great moments with us too. And yeah, it's been a wild ride.
How did you find babysitters?
You don't.
You say, gee, we have three kids. How'd you like to babysit for three at once?
You don't.
No.
Not when they're infants.
Okay.
But I think we had our first babysitter started when they were 18 months old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's still
She's
comes
still
every
part of
once
our
in a while.
lives, so
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
she's special. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, Father Bob Stagg, our pastor, describes the altar as the best table in town. Here we are in Lent. And what does it mean to the Romanzo family to take part in the best prayer that we have as Roman Catholics, the Mass, every week? Do you get here every week? Is that possible?
We actually do. We really try to. We make a solid effort. I think it's important just because for us, Mass is an opportunity for us to set up the week. You know, no matter what happened in the previous week or what's going on in life, we know that that's the moment that we're going to stop and come together and come here to celebrate, and it just sets us up for a good week.
Mm-hmm. And how about the message, the words that you hear? Do you find them, are they comforting?
Yeah, I think it's like pretty interesting to hear about like the stuff that happened.
To hear about all the gospel stories and things like that.
Mhm.
Yes, and it's great also just, I love the homily. That's really my favorite part of Mass, to be honest. Just to kind of see how it's related to our lives now. That's definitely my favorite part.
Mm-hmm. And Greg?
Well, my favorite part is to play in the music ensemble and to play and pray. So, but I suppose it's a little different experience.
Well, but they say that he who sings prays twice, right?
Well, I try not to sing. That's not good for business.
That wouldn't work. Well, so here we are in Lent again, and how do you try to keep Jesus front and center in your lives?
We're busy constantly, but I think the most important thing to us is we really always try to have dinner together at night, and we say grace before dinner. And dinner time is an opportunity just to share what we've done throughout the day and what was good about the day, what was bad about the day, and just kind of come together as a family. And we always try to have dinner together.
And so who does the cooking?
Mostly Dad. Yeah.
No, it's a split. Mom does it on the weekdays, Dad does it on
Yeah.
the weekends.
Yeah?
He embraces it a little bit more than
What-
I do.
So let's circle back to church for a second. Do you feel like your connection with the church has in any way transformed your lives or changed your lives even slightly?
Well,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the connection is all about people and the relationships. You mentioned that the church is made up of its people, and that is, a meaningful, way to sum it up in my mind.
What's your favorite part of going to church? You said the homily, and you guys if I could put you on the spot for a second, what do you really like about going to church?
You go first.
I like the music.
Yeah.
Me too. I like the music at the 6:30 mass on Sundays.
I do like the music, but I also like to like listen to the readings and like the lessons that we can like learn in church.
Very good. So, I know your dad plays guitar because when we went to Mexico on a mission trip, he made up a song about mezcal. You want to explain what that song was about and why?
Do you remember?
It was about the struggle of trying to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
And having this like homemade cement almost that was pretty much closer to mud than it was cement.
Yeah.
And how it ended up, on every piece of clothing, all over your body, just tried to make light of the day and sing our way through it.
But tell us about the mission experience.
Mm-hmm.
I was there with you, and it was we worked in like sometimes 103, 104 degree temperatures. Tell us about that and what you think it did for you and for the people that we were serving.
Sure. Well, I think for that community, it gives you a real brief glimpse into what their life is like and what their struggle is like. I think it gives you context to how fortunate we are here in Bergen County, and we have all the resources and access to the best of everything, and I think we take it for granted and we don't realize this is not the norm. We are in the 1% of of fortune, and I think almost you can make an argument that there's almost an easier connection to being spiritual and in that world, because you don't have these distractions of phones and all the other garbage in our lives, and so it gives you that brief glimpse. And then also as a group traveling there, you build some very special bonds and have some special moments, and as we were adult chaperones, you try to set a good example for teenagers for a week in their lives, and kind of be help kind of shepherd them through that experience, and try to get them to see that same context that this is more normal, and that we're our sort of normal is a little more exceptional, and it's something I'll never forget, that's for sure. And I know Cindy went on it a few years later as well, and I don't want to speak for her, but I think that she probably had very similar thoughts.
Absolutely, and I think that's something that we've really tried to carry into our family with the kids, and they are very in tune to the need to be of service to others in the community, and they've run their own food drives, right? We've done a number of food drives in our neighborhood, through school projects. When else did we do it? We've done a lot of that. Sam does some service. She knows how to sew, and so she sews fleece hats, and she's donated them to homeless communities. And so we definitely are in tune with the idea of service and the importance of it. So we really tried to carry that into a lesson for our children, and a lifelong process, really, because I think it's important to always participate in service.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a great experience. We made a lot of good friends down there, and it just gives you a great feeling about the importance of service, as you say, and the love that you feel. You get so much love back from the people that you're serving, that it's no burden to do it.
Right.
It really isn't. It's just so great. And as you say, the perspective you get is just magnificent. And as Jack Kennedy once said in his inaugural address, "Here on earth, God's work is truly our own." So you can be the hands of God, to help people who may not have what you have. Anyway, I think that kind of puts a cap on it. unless you guys have anything that you want to say about the parish or about the church.
I think hopeful that this is the end of the pandemic and the rest of life can get back to normal, and hopeful that the church can be full again. I think you were, kind of hinting around that experience, and that's been tough for us. It was hard to be at home and watching it on video and not seeing our friends and seeing our community and being there in person. And it's been nice to be back in person, but it's still missing a lot of people, and we want to get back to normal.
Yeah. Well, Cindy, Greg, Ella, Samantha, and William, it has been such a pleasure to talk to you. You are a gift to the Church of the Presentation, great gift.
Thank you.
And you bring great love and great talents to us, and we thank you for that. Well, that's it for this edition of Views from the Pews. I'm parishioner Rich Lamb.